Hey, I'm Jim Richards. I'm going to ask you a really important question. Do you know anything about the rigging on your ship? You're like, don't have a ship, don't even have a boat, don't have a rowboat, don't even go swimming. What are you talking about? Well, you know, is something that the Bible tells us about the rigging on our ship and getting our prayers answered. Maybe because you don't know how to function in the rigging on your ship, maybe that's why you're not getting your prayers answered. I know you got to be thinking like, what in the world are you talking about? Well, you know something? In the New Testament, when the Apostle Peter talks about honoring women as the weaker vessels, and then of course he talks about how that this affects our prayers, which the honest truth is, it doesn't make God not answer your prayers. It affects your heart and your perspective. That's why. But anyway, he says honoring women as the weaker vessels. Well, in the language that Peter actually spoke in, we understand that phrase, weaker vessels, actually points to the rigging on a ship or a fishing boat. You see, on a fishing boat, yeah, you got a sail and you know, you've got oars, you got all this kind of stuff. But the real truth is what brings all of these pieces together and makes them work like they're supposed to is the rigging and knowing how to work with the rigging. Now, the incredible thing is God says in this journey, this ship that you're traveling in, that you call your life, or that you call your ministry, or that you call your business, he says you're in a ship that has rigging, and if you don't operate that rigging and treat that rigging in a proper way or have value for it, then the truth is your ship's going to you're going to shipwreck. You're going to hit on the rocks. It's not going to go where you want to. And your spouse is the rigging. I want to tell you something. Your spouse is the most valuable, untapped resource that you have in your life. So whether you're a woman listening to this saying, you know what, I want to find my place in the family. I want to find my place for my voice to be heard. Or whether you're the husband saying, you know, my wife don't understand my business. I don't talk to her about my business. Well, I got news for you. She's the rigging on your ship. She may not understand your business, but I promise you this, she understands you, and she understands things you're going to do or not going to do, you're going to succeed at or you're going to fail at, that you have no capacity to recognize or maybe even admit in your life. Listen, if you will discover more about the rigging on your ship, if you'll click below, you will get an email this Thursday with a link to a short message, and I'm going to talk to you about your greatest untapped resource and how to turn your marriage, or you and your spouse, you and your girlfriend, you and your bride-to-be, into a team that works together hand in glove to live every dream, to fulfill your destiny, and keep your heart at peace so that you're always able to connect to God and get your prayers answered. So be sure and click, and I'll talk to you this Thursday.